Good morning. It is Saturday morning. I've had a shower and I just thought to myself, seeing as I'm not in a rush, I could come on and do my skincare and makeup because I get asked about it quite a lot. Now, I'm definitely not a pro at either, and I haven't long, like the last couple of years, I've tried to really up my skincare game, but I haven't always been very good at skincare. I suppose I am one of the lucky people, and I am very lucky that I do have pretty clear, sort of decent skin. She says today I do have a little spot up there. I do get kind of bobbly bits down here, so I want to do some exfoliation later. And also I literally barely ever do my makeup. I genuinely don't know how people factor in getting up, washing, styling their hair, or drying and styling their hair and putting on makeup even before they start the day. To me, I'm like, I'd rather just sleep for a bit longer, but like, fair play to everyone that does that. Excuse the absolute carnage that is this room. We have still got Christmas stuff in here, and it's really stressing me out. So the plan is tomorrow to get rid of the final remnants of Christmas, which I cannot wait for because I want to regain order in this room. Honest to God, it is literally, it was like a flipping assault course trying to get to the chair to sit down here. So I have my little dressing table over at this side. So I have got some very probably nearly mouldy gluten-free toast. So I'm going to eat that, and then I'm going to talk through my skincare and my makeup. And I think if I can do the makeup quick enough, I won't like whiz through. I'll actually just talk as I do it and show you as I do it, because I think sometimes people just skip out the bit like that you actually want to see. So apologies if you don't want to see this, or you find it too long. I'll try my best to keep it short and sweet. Okay, let's get going. Just hang the towel there on my Christmas tree skirt. Useful prop. I went through a rose gold phase and everything had to be rose gold, like literally everything. So I've got a rose gold hair dryer, rose gold brush. I had to actually replace some stuff because it was too much. I had like a rose gold and white washing bin. Everything was rose gold, but no more. I had a teacher in secondary school. She's the loveliest teacher, and she had such skinny, like delicate, beautiful fingers, and she got engaged and she got the most beautiful ring, but at this time no one knew what rose gold was, and she had hers in rose gold, and it's like a huge, I think it's probably like a 2-carat diamond, and then it had it was a circle diamond with diamonds all around the band, and it was absolutely beautiful. And her reasoning for that was that the rose gold kind of blends with your skin, so it makes the diamonds pop more. And I think just from that I was like, I love rose gold. So anyway, diversion. Right, my hair is brushed and in Jess style. I'm not gonna bother doing it. I just can't be bothered. Like, I'm fine with how it dries naturally, so I should just leave it. I am going to put a little headband thingy-majig in because I've been finding recently that I obviously use really like, oh my God, if it doesn't fit around my big head, I'll cry. But that is just rude. That is really rude. What the hell? Was it made for children? When we were in Brussels, I was trying on hats and this woman was like, yes, big head. My sister thought it was really funny. It's not funny. Can I make that stay on my big head? Sorry, I was saying the reason I need one of these is because I'm finding that the front of my hair is going really greasy where I put my skincare products on, and then my hair is like touching my face. I guarantee you that is going to burst open at any moment, but we'll go with it. So do my skincare first, and I honestly think that investing in skincare and making sure I do it before I do my makeup is what makes my makeup really good. I know a lot of people have said that for a long time. There's nothing novel that I'm saying, but I used to just be like, water on my face in the shower, maybe put a bit of like moisturizer on, and then try and do my makeup, and it just wasn't the one. It wasn't the right base. So I am using the Josie's Botanicals Organic Cleansing Balm. Nothing obviously here is an ad for YouTube. I do work with some of the brands, well, mainly Green Angel and Be Perfect, so I will say that, but this isn't an ad or anything, this is just me doing my makeup. So this is the best cleansing balm in the entire world, genuinely. My whole family use it. It just leaves your skin, like, look at my skin after just using cleansing balm. It really is divine. And then a bit of eye gel. I'm using the Green Angel one that I have been trying. I've just remembered that my SPF is actually in my bag downstairs. I cannot be bothered to go and get it. I find it really weird when you record sideways because you just don't know where to look. It always looks like you're looking the wrong way. But anyway, so that's the eye gel. Then I'm going to use my La Roche-Posay C10. Honestly, one of my favourite things to ever exist. And I know, by the way, that you're meant to pat some of these things into your skin, but I like to know that it's like rubbed in all over my face before I pat it. I should look this way, shouldn't I? It just feels bizarre. And then I always rub any excess on my hands, which has actually been really helpful. I was starting to get like little dry circles. I actually can still see one a little bit there, but yeah, putting the leftover oils on my hand and serums has been really good. So that's that. Now I need to use my moisturizer. I'm going to use the Green Angel Collagen face cream. Then I'm going to use the serum. Honestly, I'm not going anywhere to warrant putting, not that you have to warrant putting makeup on, but I just fancied it. I just thought, right, I'll be one of those people that puts their makeup on. So I'm going to do that. I was going to go out to a place called the Natural Stone Yard and have a look at some patio slabs. I know exactly what I want, but it's just trying to find them in Ireland. But they're shut at the weekend. Like, how frustrating is that? I thought that they were open till lunchtime maybe, but nope. So I might just have a sorting out morning. I've got to be somewhere at 12. I'm going to help Carl's auntie choose her sofa. So I'm going to use just some of the Pro Collagen, which is the oil-based one, which I have to be careful about getting in my hair because I'm finding like day one, I'm like, I just washed my hair and it's going to be grossy. So I'm going to try and just maybe not go too high up. And this serum, honest to God, it's just the best thing ever. And I know people have tried it and they love it as well, so yes. Okay, so that's my skin. I would normally put my SPF on here, but don't shoot me. I don't actually have it to hand. I'm going to be lazy. I've got a product that's got SPF in it that I'm going to use. I know that's not good enough, but please forgive me, okay? Please forgive me. So I'm going to use the Sculpted Beauty Base. This has got SPF 50 in there. My skin's feeling a bit... I learned this word, claggy. It's a disgusting word, isn't it? It's what people in northern England call it when you're like a bit damp and a bit like tacky kind of. So this is a primer. I've got a different one which kind of gives you like a pearly glow, but I'm not being funny with all the products I'm about to use. They're all glow based, so I don't need to worry too much about having a glowy primer. God, I can hear my dogs in the garden. I was like, I'll just put them in the garden for a minute, because otherwise I'd have to be like keeping an eye on them. And I was saying on my Instagram that Poppy is just in heat, and Chester, bless him, doesn't know what's going on, and yeah, they're kind of just annoying her quite a lot. So I think that's all rubbed in. I think sometimes I need to be better at leaving time between the products. So that's my base. And then this is my favourite thing. I keep saying that about everything. I love all of the products I use. This is the Sculpted Tint and Glow Skin Enhancer, and it's got SPF 30 in it. So I use shade 3.0. And I just put it on with my fingers because I find that's the best. And then I kind of just make sure it's buffed in. I use like that much with a brush, so you can see the colour. And like, look how quickly it's just blended. Like, obviously I need to do it more. And I always make sure to go up to my ear and right to my hairline and blend down my neck. Remember the days where you'd literally stop here, and my mum used to whisper, "You've got a line, you've got a line." I was like, it's fine, mum. So I'm trying to keep away from those habits. And yeah, I often like to give myself a double chin to, not that I need to try very hard, to make sure it's gone down my neck. And then pop some here. Sorry if I keep looking to the side this way, it's because I haven't got my glasses on, which is very hard when you're trying to do makeup and you need glasses to actually see. So I think I've probably gone a bit heavy on the top there, but I'll buff it in. I always make sure as well to put a bit on my eyelids. I just don't like when the colour, I want the colour to just blend all over my face. Like it's meant to be like that, you know? It stresses me out when I watch videos and people put their, so I've got leftover, so I'm going to try and, where should I put it? Where do I need it? Yeah, it really stresses me out when I'm watching people do their makeup and it's like, honestly, like so dark for them. It just doesn't look right. I know it ends up normally working out, but I like mine to be kind of a very close match to my skin. I've gone a bit dangerous there with the going close to my white top. And then I'm just going to get one of my sculpted brushes and make sure it's really buffed into my skin. I think I never really used to bother about making sure everything was all like rubbed in, blended in. Especially the hairline. I see a lot of people still that have like, that completely leave around here and it's like they're like fully brown and then like really white in their hairline. I just think it's a bit bizarre, you know? So rub. Around the ear as well. Around the eye. Sometimes I take the smaller brush to just make sure I've got in there. Right. I'm taking too long doing this now. Okay, so that is literally just with a bit of tinted moisturiser. Glowy already. Now I'm going to do my eyebrows, and admittedly they are horrendous. You can't really see, but they are really bad at the moment. Just make sure I've blended it properly. And I just can't be dealing with doing like full eyebrows, so I literally just use this is the Benefit one, the Gimme Brow, which has got a bit of colour in it, but my eyebrows are dark enough, so I don't want to be spending time drawing them in, and I do like my eyebrows to look pretty much like natural. I look back at photos, sorry, I'm gonna need to look in this mirror. I look back at photos and I'm like, oh my god, my brows were so heavy, like it just doesn't look right. I think personally makeup trends will go towards like even more, or just looking like your natural skin, but an enhanced version. So I have to go really close for the eyebrows. Oh God, I can feel a hair on my face. Do you know you can feel, oh, you can't find it. So I think we're doing all right there. Looks a bit funny there. It's hard to see. I'll kind of touch them up afterwards, but that's kind of what I'm doing for now. Then I'm going to put like a subtle eyeshadow on. So I always use a P. Louise base, which just helps your eyeshadow to stick. And honestly, it makes the world of difference. If you're not using an eyeshadow base, that's where you're going wrong, in my opinion, in my really professional opinion. So I'll put it on with my finger. And then I don't like to use a lot. Again, I don't like to look cakey at all. And then I'll just make sure it's buffed in with a little brush. Sorry if I get a sealer, I get very warm when I'm doing this, especially with all the layers of cream I've got on. So just buff that in. I am very conscious there'll be people watching, they're like, what the hell are you doing? You're doing it wrong. YOLO. Okay, actually, I got some new brushes for Christmas that I bought myself, thanks, from Carl. So thanks, darling, that was a great choice. And I want to, if I can get into them, oh frig. The trouble when you've used loads of like creams is that you just can't, you've got no control. Right, bear with. All right, I got them out. I'm gonna go with, I don't like them to feel too big and fluffy. I'm gonna go with that second one there. And I'm using the Mrs. Glam palette, which is a really handy palette just to have on the go. I'm just using this one up here. And I just put it everywhere. Like really make sure it's everywhere. This is a bit, I like my eyeshadow brushes to be quite like, not flimsy, like I like them to be quite dense. This one's a little bit weak for my liking. I like a big full one. Well, I just said I don't like a big, I don't like a big full one, but I like one that's like strong. Does that make sense? It doesn't have to be like big, and I like strength in the brush so that I can feel what I'm doing because I can't see what I'm doing. Maybe that's why I like it. But yeah. So I always just use like a, kind of going a bit wild with this. I always use like a brownie one with a sort of slight orangey base to it to put everywhere. Oh, just made a weird noise out my throat, soz. I'll have to like zoom in on my eyes to make sure what I'm doing is right. So I'm just going to take it a bit closer. But basically I'm making this sound like it's complicated. Just get like a neutral one and I just put it everywhere. And I might just use this big one to... Right, and then I'm going to take that same brush and just put a slightly darker combo, which is like this and this on the outside. I don't know why I always do it like this. Like I do like a little point, go around in circles for a while, and then just brush it out. It's very hard to do makeup without opening your mouth, isn't it? So that's not as buffing it out as well as I want, so I use this one. I never understood when I saw people getting their makeup done why they used to like buff things out so much, but now I kind of get it. It's gone a bit redder than I wanted to. I might have to go in with a browner one, but basically my method for my eyes is always like a darker, like a neutral sort of brownie sort of colour all over, and then I'll do like a darker one on the outside and just kind of do this and hope that my concealer will pick up anything else, and then I just put like a glittery one on the inside. Does that make sense? And I just try and buff it out. It's gone a bit too red, it's got a bit too red. I'm going to put in a bit of the brown. I like mine to kind of be a hint of, yeah, I like it to be more browny toned. My mum always says when she watches me do my makeup that she thinks I'm going to look like I've got these big mad like orange eyes or like red eyes. But it all works out. Right, I can't be bothered anymore. So now I'm just going to take the gold glittery one with my finger. And I do the same on the other side. Got a bit of eye poop. Promise you it gets quicker after this. So that's kind of what I do. This isn't going as well as I'd like. And then I will come in with like a little, I've got this new eyeliner which I really like. It's like a greeny browny tone, but I'm going to do that after my concealer. So let's do my concealer now. Everything is in this big bag and I can't see where anything is that I need. Okay, so I'm using the Brighten Up by Sculpted, and this is the colour Cream. I used to use the colour Ivory, but I just decided to go for this one, and I just put it here and here, and I don't like a lot of concealer. Looks like I've got a lot on, but I don't like to use a lot. And then, where's my best brush gone? This is my little one that I buff the concealer in with, and I just try to dab it, which I find works the best for me. It's really like a nice creamy light one. Put it around here. I always get a bit red around there, especially in winter. And then I've got some up on my forehead. And then my other eye. And I don't set this or anything, I just kind of can't be, I need to stop saying that because I always tell my grandma off for saying can't be bothered, but I just feel like it's an unnecessary step. And I personally, for my skin, don't like adding powders. I really don't like adding powders. I add the smallest amount now because I started to notice that where I'm using kind of glowy products that I just need a small amount kind of around my T-zone, otherwise I just look a bit mental. So yeah, right, sorry, I've got a hair on my face I can feel. Right, so that's that. I'm going to move on to my bronzer. Again, most of my makeup is Sculpted. Use this loads. This is the light medium cream bronzer. So I just try to go fairly high up. And they say to buff like up rather than I don't know, down. And I always make sure to put some around my ear. And I do like one side first and then I'll go around to the other. Do I? I don't know if I do that. So just take that like right into the hair. Oh, I might as well go around now. And I'm quite like hard with the brush just to kind of really rub it in. Nothing worse than a line around your forehead. And then I will buff it all afterwards. So then kind of come there. I've got really chubby cheeks at the moment, so try and sculpt them a little bit. All right, that's it. I'm not gonna go mad. I always take the excess and just go like that because I don't like being really like white around the mouth. And then I just get some on my brush. I'll just rub that in a bit. Some on my brush and kind of just do this. Because I've got quite a chubby chin at the moment. So that'll do on the old bronzer. And then I do tend to like use a big buffing brush. Sometimes I do it at the end, sometimes I do it in each stage, but I'm just gonna, like, no science to it. Oh, hang on. Sorry, normally I put a little bit, a small amount of, I forgot to do this. Put a little bit of bronzer. All right, that'll do. And then I'm gonna use my blusher. This is the Sculpted Peach Pop, and I've noticed that this one is really like visible compared to the other one I have, so you have to be light with it. And I've been told to try and take it from here up, and I've been told, but that's what I see online. So can you see what I mean? It comes on like, whoa, that is just me dabbing the thing once. This might not blend in now. Okay, I did too much, so this was a really bad example for this product. Good job they're not paying me to advertise this. Let me try and go a bit lighter on this side. It's because I'm doing it without properly looking. So obviously it's quite an intense blusher compared to the one I normally use, so I will just rub it in. Alrighty. Then I'm going to use my highlighter, which is a cream highlighter. I did buy, or for Christmas, I got a new one from Carl. Where is it? Golden Glow Cream. I've got so many of these little things that I'm like, where is the one I'm looking for? Okay, well, apparently the one I was going to show you, hang on, is it under my toast plate? Oh yeah, it's here. So this is the Bronze Gold Cream Glow. And I feel like this will be so beautiful in summer, and I have still been using it, but like sometimes I feel like it maybe just blends in a little bit, like because it's darker. So I'll show you. And then I feel like when you'll be really like tanned, I'll show you the lighter one because I kind of put the lighter one on my nose. I think you can see it. Can you see it? Right, now I'll put the lighter one on my nose because you don't want to add like when I use the highlighter, I don't really want to add colour, I just want to add a bit of glow. So that's my normal one, and I'll just put that. Not really showing it, is it? And then I put a little bit up here and up there. And then again, I will buff, especially up here. I'm looking a bit cakey. And make sure the bit on my nose is always blended in. So I think I'm doing okay. And now I'm going to use my setting spray. I always use my setting spray before I do my mascara because otherwise it's just going to liquefy your mascara, make it smudge. And then I also put my powder on after I've done this as well, and my lips. So I put this on after I've kind of finished the skin. This is the Sculpted Hydrate and Hold. I use quite a lot because I'm a very sweaty person. How lovely is that? Okay, so now let me try and find the eyeliner that I was telling you about. I can't find it. It should be in this one here. Oh yeah, I got it. This is from the Sculpted collection, but there's a Define and a Brighten. So there's like a white one on one edge, which I'd never used until recently. I thought that was pretty mental. And then there's like a gorgeous, like smoky goldy brown sort of one on the other side. I'm just gonna make sure my brows are still in place. So, sorry if you don't like eyes. Put a bit of the white under there. My mum once told me to never put, if you've got small enough eyes, never put your eyeliner all the way into your eye because it makes your eye look smaller. So thanks, that's it, Mum. I've never done it since. And then this one, I kind of put like underneath, like not on the waterline, just under there. Yeah, happy enough with that. And now I'm going to do my set, put a little bit of powder on. Okay, I've found the brush. I use this little one. It's the Set and Perfect brush from the Sculpted range. So I just take like the smallest amount on here, and then I put it basically anywhere that could look really sweaty. And then without, like, you don't want to get it in wrinkly places, if that makes sense. So I only go lightly on the forehead because my forehead can be quite dry, although I think it's looking all right at the moment. So I've added that, and now all I need to do is my mascara and the lips. So I am still using this Sculpted mascara. I got a new one for Christmas. See how that just gives like a little something, but gonna make your eye pop but without being too intense, and then the white a bit on top. I love it. I probably do need to do something with my brows, but meh. Meh. I take all the excess, sorry you can't see what I'm doing, but I take all the excess off of the brush. Now I am gonna need to have a little close up on this, okay? I'm sure everyone does this, but I always go back and do my mascara again once it's dried. So I kind of get it to where I'm happy enough with it the first time, move on, and then come back. So like that. I'm actually doing this without my mouth open. Oh, it's looking a bit of a strange shape in the middle. Isn't it funny how like one day you can do your eyelashes and they just look absolutely gorgeous, and then the next day you're like, sorry, what are you doing? I have that quite a lot. Oh, sugar. Just gonna try and get it off with my finger. I think that's okay. Right, now I'm gonna do, sorry if this is like the world's most boring thing, but I have been asked about this like so many times, so I just said I'd do it. Right, every single lip liner is in a handbag, so I'm just gonna go with the only one that I've got, which is like a reddy colour, which isn't what I wanted, but I don't overline my lips, I really don't. I'm not a fan. Or I try not to anyway. If I've done it, it's more because I can't see where my lips are. Yeah, so my lips are a bit dry, so I'm going to use my Nights in Ibiza gloss, which is a Mrs. Glam. Can't get it open. Crap, why do I always do that? I always try to use my top and then make the top dirty. Okay, I've got it. I got it! This is my favourite gloss because it's like you've bothered to put lipstick on and then put gloss on top, but you haven't. Sansa! Always remember, if you're wearing sparkly earrings, to get the product of your earrings. Jess's top tip of the day. And that is it. Let me take this off. I could put some product in my hair, but yeah. It goes a bit crunchy sometimes if you put stuff in it. I'd rather let it just do its thing. Okay, so again, I don't really know where to look, but I'm just gonna look. I think it's because you always look at yourself, don't you? Well, I do anyway. Maybe I'm vain. So that is it. That's how I do my makeup, basically, all the time. My brows could do with a tint, but apart from that, and obviously a wax, apart from that, that's kind of it. So I don't know what else to say, really. There's nothing crazy, you know, technical about it. I don't do baking or use a spongy thing. I actually have got one I need to try. That's what I find works for me. I love all of the cream products. They've honestly changed my life. So I'd absolutely recommend those. You can get them all down in the village if you're local. So yeah, I am going to, I hope it's not on my teeth. I'm gonna go and entertain myself, I suppose, for the day. Right, I've just looked back at that video and tried to cut it down a little bit, but apologies, it is quite detailed. Hopefully that means now you'll just know what I do going forwards, and yeah, you'll have all the information. Not that it's anything riveting or groundbreaking. I also noticed a few bits that I hadn't blended in when I was looking back at it, but that's again just because I am visually impaired. Hopefully it's looking all right now. But yeah, I'm going to go and help Carl's auntie pick her sofa, and I hope you have a lovely day.